Guys, what's good? Today we are going to be ranking all of the Stranger Things seasons. Yes, you heard that correctly. We're ranking all of it. So, I have a tier list right here so that we can, rank them from S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, because none of the Stranger Things seasons are actually bad. All of them are absolutely good. I'm just ranking them because one of them does make C tier because of one episode. But we'll get to that in just a few seconds. But anyway, if you guys could please like and subscribe right down below. That would mean a lot. Let's get right on to the video. Yes, season 2 is the most mediocre season of any show I have ever seen in the history of shows. It is what you would call a Stranger Things season mixed with a dog's journey. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Other than that, it's a pretty decent season. It has one of the best endings in Stranger Things history. But that still does not defy it from being the worst season, in my opinion. It also has that one infamous episode where Millie Bobby Barger goes emo, and then she goes from the sweet little innocent girl to this and she finds her sister, kind of whatever, and she's bad, and all that episode does was give her a new look for the season and have a not so good catchphrase. Well, that's just one episode. Every other episode's good. And again, I gotta mention that ending. It is so poetic. I love it. Everybody gets to have their first kiss in that movie. And I mean every single person that we've met in that entire show. Kinda not poetic, but okay. And the song choice. The song choice was so good. It was a stalker song because that monster was still watching them and it's still alive. It's just in the other realm. And I'll be watching you. That is one good ending. One bad episode and a decent season. So that's why it is C tier. Now, you know what time it is? It's time to move on to...
Should I stay or should I go?
So this may be a bit controversial, but B tier is season 1. And I can already hear you asking, why, Jude, why? And I can also hear you unsubscribing, so I'm saying stop, please, let me explain. Thank you, Past Jude, for saying that. And now, on to explaining why it's season 1. So, obviously, there is a giant gap between Season 2 and Season 1. Season 2 is mediocre. Season 1 is amazing. It is so good. It is the thing that pioneered the 4 seasons. So, obviously, Will going missing, easily one of the things that does not support the season. I love Will in the other seasons. He is such a good character. It is so sad that we don't get to see him as much. He's amazing in season 2, actually. I forgot to share that. But still, Will going missing by a Demogorgon is a really cool concept. And the search for him and the lights thing that he contacts with his mom, that is so cool. Even about the run thing, that just builds intensity and it goes up to a really great jump scare. I love it. Also, the opening of the season where you get introduced to the characters, that is so fun. And all the characters look so young, but they're swearing, and that's just so funny. Yo, man, this guy was born in 2008 doesn't know what people in the 80s act. Exactly, man. I just don't. Also, Steve in this season is a big jerk. In later seasons, he is very helpful and very cool. The introductory to Steve is, bruh, he is the worst person to exist ever.
What happened to your brother? I'm sorry, I have to be the one to tell you, but the Byers, their family is a disgrace to the entire...
And after all that explaining, it's time to move on. And coming in from left field, it is the one, the only, the infamous...
And if only could I make a deal
And in A tier, we have season 4. Okay, yeah, I get it. It is the most recent season. That doesn't mean it's the best season. Let me get this straight. Season 4 almost beat out our number 1 spot, which you can probably already guess, but I'm not going to name for reasons. First of all, Vecna, amazing character, 10 out of 10. But the reason why it's not number 1, Eddie deserved better. Like, come on! Here, Matt Pat from Game Theory explains it the best.
Loved Eddie as a character. It's cool and all that you got to do that epic guitar solo, but seriously, these guys are smarter than that. They thought through their plan. They could have just set up a tape to play on top of a speaker system. And don't even get me started on the whole I need to buy them time thing. No, just no. Hashtag justice for Eddie. He was too cool and too smart. He deserved a better death.
Exactly! 100% agree! But after all the hate I've given, Eddie's death is the only downside to this entire series. The acting, the dialogue, everything about the series is so good. And also ignore the weird fact that everybody looks like they are 30 years old. Bruh. Also, why do they keep that haircut and will like... come on. Also, they introduced or reintroduced so many characters in this season and they all basically died in the end. Which is, amazing. That's such a good tactic to add more people to the group and then just kill them off. So if my predictions are correct, most of you skipped to this part of the video so you could see my review on season 4, and now you're majorly disappointed, but you already know the entire consensus of the season. So yeah, I'm probably gonna skip most of the explaining for this one, but you already know how good that season is. Whoo boy. And now it's time to move on to the one, the only, the best of the best. It's the magical, the mythical, why am I saying all these random things? It is time for...
Turn around, look at what you see in her face, the mirror of your dreams.
Make believe I'm everywhere, giving
In the light,
written on the pages is the answer to a never-ending story.
Yes, I choose my favorite Stranger Things season as Stranger Things Season 3. Everything about this season is good. This is my favorite season out of any show I've ever watched. Period. Everything in this is so fun. Back in the last 2 seasons, they went for a more dark and grainy look. For this season, they went all out, built an entire shopping mall, and made everything as colorful as possible. I absolutely love that. Hopper in this season is my second favorite character. He literally just kicks everybody's butt. Everybody's. And you may heard that he's my second favorite. Well then, who is actually my favorite? Alexei. He is literally the best character in Stranger Things. He is godly SSSSS tier. He is my favorite character to ever exist. This man rules. And he dies. I'm not crying, you're crying. If I could rank every single person in Stranger Things, it'd be that random pizza guy in the background of Stranger Things Season 4, and then Alexei. He is literally my favorite character ever. We just focused on all the sad parts. Let's focus on all the happy part. Eleven and Mike are a couple and they smooch way too much. I have to blur it out. Hurrah. It's also sad to see Eleven and Mike not make it up as well. And here, let's see. We already have 2 important people off of the death toll. Says the Stranger Things producers. Let's add another one. Hopper. So yeah, this season takes you on an emotional roller coaster, and it's bright and colorful. And that is why Stranger Things Season 3 is my absolute favorite season out of everything.